At some point in the last 12 months, a number leaked out of a Tesla shareholder meeting and quietly broke the entire robotics industry. Not a product launch, not a demo video, just a number. $10,000. That's what Elon Musk claims. It will cost Tesla to manufacture a fully functional humanoid robot. To put that in perspective, every serious competitor in this space is working with figures closer to 100,000. Some are higher, and nobody, not a single robotics engineer outside of Tesla, saw this number coming. But here's what nobody is talking about. The price isn't actually the story. The price is just the door. What's behind it is something much harder to wrap your head around, and by the end of this, it's going to reframe everything you thought you understood about where this technology is actually headed. Let's start with what was said, because the details matter more than the headlines. Elon Musk stood in front of Tesla shareholders in 2024 and did something unusual. He didn't talk about cars. He didn't talk about full self-driving. He talked about a robot, specifically. He talked about a robot that would one day make Tesla worth $25 trillion. For reference, the entire S&P 500, every publicly traded company in America, combined, is currently valued at around $45 trillion. Musk is saying Optimus alone could be worth more than half of that. That sounds like classic Musk hyperbole, the kind of thing you scroll past. Except the reasoning behind it isn't irrational. And that's the part that should make you uncomfortable. The global labor market is worth somewhere between $80 and $100 trillion annually. The entire auto industry, the one Tesla is already competing in, is worth less than $3 trillion. Musk isn't pitching a better car. He's pitching a replacement for human physical labor at global scale. Whether or not you believe he can pull it off, the math behind the ambition is completely coherent. And this is where the story starts to get genuinely unsettling. Here's something that got buried under all the valuation talk. At the same shareholder meeting, Musk described what Optimus will actually be like to live with. Not what it can do technically. What it will be like to know, he said. The robot will get to know you, not in a programmed, menu-driven way, in a contextual, observational way. You won't need to issue commands. You won't need to train it through weeks of repetitive demonstration. According to Musk, Optimus will watch. It will observe patterns. It will build a model of you, your habits, your preferences, your nonverbal cues, and begin anticipating what you need before you ask. He gave 2 examples that stuck. Rub your stomach, and it knows you're hungry. Frown at the overgrown grass, and it goes to find the mower. Now, you could hear that and think, marketing language, aspirational framing, and you'd probably be right to be skeptical. But consider what's actually being described. Musk is talking about a machine that doesn't wait for instructions, one that reads intent. That's not a feature you add to a robot. That's a fundamentally different relationship between a human and a machine than anything that exists today. By 2026, Musk says Optimus should be capable of performing tasks it has never been explicitly taught, simply by having watched enough video of humans doing them. That's not a distant research goal anymore. That's a 2-year timeline. But before we get to what Optimus might become, we need to talk about what it's doing right now, because this part of the story is already happening, and most people missed it. Inside Tesla's own factories, Optimus is working, not in demos, not in controlled test environments, on the line. Currently, 2 units are operating autonomously, handling one of the most tedious and precision-dependent tasks in EV manufacturing, sorting 4,680 cell battery packs and self-correcting errors in real time. No human oversight required for the individual decisions, just the robot, the task, and the data. Musk's stated goal is to have between 1,000 and several thousand Optimus units working inside Tesla's factories by 2025. Think about that structure for a moment. Tesla isn't waiting to sell Optimus to the world. It's deploying Optimus to itself first. The factory becomes the test. The product and the proof of concept are the same thing. If it works inside Tesla's walls, the sales pitch to every other manufacturer on Earth essentially writes itself. Now, here's the promise Musk made that almost nobody pushed back on hard enough. The $20,000 retail price. He said it casually, $10,000 or $20,000, and the number traveled fast. But what didn't travel as fast was the context. Musk also confirmed that Tesla will lease the technology before it sells it outright. That's a meaningful distinction. Leasing means Tesla controls access, captures recurring revenue, and retains the ability to update or recall units. It means the $20,000 robot is almost certainly not arriving next year or the year after. Most analysts reading between the lines put a realistic retail sale date somewhere between 2028 and 2030. But here's what makes even the lease model extraordinary. If Tesla can consistently produce Optimus at $10,000 per unit and operate a fleet of them in factories at scale, the economics are almost impossible to compete with. A human worker in a U.S. manufacturing facility costs between $40,000 and $80,000 per year in wages and benefits alone before accounting for turnover, injury liability, or scheduling constraints. Optimus runs on a 2.3 kilowatt battery that charges in roughly 5 minutes. It doesn't take breaks. It doesn't file grievances. It doesn't call in sick. The math isn't subtle, and Musk isn't hiding it. So why doesn't everyone believe him? Because building a robot that can do all of this isn't a software problem. It's a manufacturing problem. And it's one of the hardest manufacturing problems anyone has ever tried to solve. Musk has acknowledged this directly. There is no supply chain for humanoid robots, not the kind Optimus needs. The motors, the gearboxes, the sensors, the power. Electronics, none of it exists off the shelf at the required specification and scale. Tesla has to design every single component from first principles, build the manufacturing processes for those components, then integrate them into a cohesive system that can navigate an unstructured human environment without destroying itself or the things around it. Making a prototype is one thing. Making 10,000 identical units that all work reliably, that's where companies disappear. Robotics. Professors who've studied Musk's timeline are diplomatic, but measured. One described 2025 as ambitious, but not out of the question. Another said he'd be surprised if Optimus could perform tasks beyond competent locomotion and basic object retrieval by end of year. A third said to watch for carefully staged factory demos, which are not the same as genuine autonomous deployment. These are not people trying to tear Tesla down. They're people who have spent careers understanding why this is hard, and yet there's a counter-argument that deserves serious weight. And it's the reason even Tesla skeptics haven't fully dismissed Tesla is not starting from zero. Every other company entering humanoid robotics is building a supply chain, developing AI hardware and software, creating computer vision systems, and designing mechanical components all simultaneously. All from scratch, all at enormous cost. Tesla has already done most of this. The cameras, the neural network architecture, the onboard compute, the power systems, all of it was developed and refined through millions of Tesla vehicles already on the road. The supply chain that was built to put AI-powered sensors into cars can be redirected at significantly lower cost to put those same systems into robots. That's a structural advantage that no competitor can replicate quickly. Not Boston Dynamics, not Figure, not Agility. None of them have what Tesla has, a decade-long head start on the exact hardware Optimus needs. Already at mass production scale, NVIDIA's CEO has said publicly that Tesla's approach, particularly its neural network architecture, is sound, which is notable given that NVIDIA also sells Tesla the chips that make all of it run. There's obvious self-interest there. But Jensen Huang doesn't typically stake his public credibility on things that aren't technically credible. So here's where we land, and this is the part worth sitting with. Elon Musk has a documented history of missing his own deadlines by years. Full self-driving, the Cybertruck, the Roadster, the Tesla Semi. The list is long, and every time a deadline slips, the response follows a predictable pattern. The timeline shifts, the framing adjusts, and the underlying promise floats forward just far enough to stay credible. Optimus could follow the same arc. The 1,000 robots in 2025 could become 500. The $20,000 price could quietly become $35,000 in 2030. The autonomous factory deployment could look a lot more supervised than the language implies. All of that is possible, even likely, given the pattern. But here's what doesn't change. Regardless of the timeline, the direction, humanoid robots are coming. The question of whether they'll exist at scale isn't really a question anymore. Goldman Sachs projects the global humanoid robot market could reach $6 billion within the next decade. The broader robotics market is projected at over $200 billion by 2030. These aren't fringe forecasts. These are mainstream institutional projections. And Tesla, whatever its exact timeline, is currently the only company in the world with the AI stack. The manufacturing infrastructure. Our next generation has 22 degrees of freedom. It will be able to play the piano, so it's really like wow, as expected. Optimus robot will be developed to Gen 3 with many unbelievable improvements. Elon Musk likened it to become C-3PO robot. In Star Wars, in the real world, but this is not the biggest surprise that Musk just talked about. Tesla's humanoid robot in the 2024 annual stockholder meeting, what shocked the whole industry, is that Tesla can produce this robot for only $10. Zero. And there will be thousands of Optimists working in the factory by 2025. Crazy numbers. Its selling price was also confirmed once again through Musk. It cost, like you know, $10,000 or $20,000. So how can Tesla do this? And what did Elon Musk say about the robot development plan? When can we buy one? All will be revealed. Right now, honestly speaking, after the Tesla 2024 annual stockholder meeting, the news developed Ms. and promises from Elon Musk could easily be made into a movie with multiple parts, but throughout this film, Optimus would undoubtedly be the main character. It's unbelievable that Elon Musk declared recently that the humanoid robot, Optimus, could potentially make Tesla worth $25 trillion, which is more than half the value of the entire current S&P 500 list of companies. According to FET, the combined value of S&P 500 companies is currently at $45.5 trillion USD, also at the Tesla 2024 shareholders meeting. It was mentioned that Tesla is not only embarking on a new chapter in its life, but is also poised to write an entirely new book in which Optimus appears to be the focal point of the entire story. So what did Elon Musk reveal about the plans for Optimus? It's fascinating to hear Elon discuss the potential with humanoid robots in the same way he talked about the development of Tesla electric vehicles. Back in 2008 and 2007, with limitless potential, the first surprise that Tesla CEO mentioned about Optimus is that it can be customized to understand humans. To understand its owner specifically, during the stockholder meeting, a shareholder asked Elon Musk if Optimus would have a personality that users could set up or what language model Tesla would use for its robot. We all know that the head of Optimus doesn't have much technology. Inside it, mainly a 2D camera at the moment. But that's not the final destination in the next upgrades. There will likely be more interesting things like display screens and voices. Musk noted that this will actually happen when he said, yeah, you'll be able to customize the personality, customize the voice, and really kind of the robot will kind of get to know you as well and know your preferences. You won't even have to say things because it'll just kind of understand you, as Musk said. This means that we could completely build an Optimus based on our own personality, traits, habits, and behaviors. Even the owners of these robots could customize their voices, such as choosing between male or female local accents, or even the communication speed of these humanoid robots, depending on the established language. Although we have imagined how intelligent Optimus would be due to its advanced AI technology and end-toned neural network, we were still quite surprised by what Elon Musk shared in other humanoid robots, like we often see when we first bring it home. It takes us months, even years, to get it used to the job, but with Optimus, or rather, according to Musk, TeslaBot, users do not need to give detailed instructions to this humanoid robot because it will automatically understand and react according to the user's context and habits. Optimists can make predictions or actions based on the understanding accumulated through a short period of interaction. For example, you just need to rub your belly and it knows you're hungry. Making a sandwich is not too difficult with its 22 degrees of freedom. Hand humans have 27, or you just need to frown and point at the grass garden. Optimus can cut them immediately. This is what Elon Musk is trying to say, to confirm that this robot's learning ability is amazing. Optimus currently needs training, but in the next few years, it won't require extensive training beyond watching videos or observing others perform a task. Generally, training will be quite generalized, and by 2026, you'll be able to ask it to perform various tasks, including ones it hasn't done before. Musk said, "Why is Optimus the best humanoid robot?" In the world, have you watched Star Wars while not disclosing exactly what Optimus can currently do? Elon Musk has predicted that someday robots will operate like the characters R2-D2 and C-3PO in Star Wars. Optimus could become something everyone desires to have, but a C-3PO plus R2-D2 plus, it would be pretty awesome, I think. I think everyone in the world is going to want one also. At the stockholder meeting, not only did Elon Musk confirm that Optimus could be customized according to user preferences, but he also revealed some significant improvements for Optimus. For instance, the upcoming update will provide the humanoid robot with 22 degrees of freedom in its hands, which is not entirely new, as Musk had mentioned this before. However, this time Musk emphasized the marvel of this upgrade by stating that Optimus could play the piano with such hands. Our next generation that Elon Musk is referring to could be the Optimus Gen 3. We often refer to a final version of this robot. Don't underestimate their hands. 22 degrees of freedom will enable them to perform at least 70 tasks compared to the human hand's capability of 100 tasks with 27 degrees of freedom. Many experts agree that Optimus's hands represent the most advanced technology on the market when compared to other humanoid robot manufacturers. Why is Optimus robot a massive profit generator? We all know that the demand for these humanoid robots will be infinite in the next decade, as everyone would like to have their own homemaker. It's no coincidence that Musk is focusing on these robots instead of concentrating on electric vehicles. Perhaps the most shocking thing in the entire robotics industry is Elon Musk saying that Tesla could produce large-scale Optimus robots for $10 and sell them for $20,000 each. You also need to be very good at scale manufacturing, so in order to have the robot not cost like hundreds of thousands of dollars, in order to make it cost like, $10,000 or $20,000, yes, Tesla could absolutely produce them for just $10. When the company reaches a mass production line, along with a giant factory to produce these humanoid robots, separately of course, initially this is not possible, and the price of $20,000 per Optimus is not a real word from Musk, we have to admit. It will definitely be cheaper than others on the market, but not next year, $20. Is the price of 2028 or 2030. We believe so because Musk recently confirmed that the company will lease this technology before starting sales, meaning it is very difficult to buy it, so leasing seems more reasonable. By 2028 and beyond, Tesla could potentially earn hundreds of billions of dollars in profit annually from Optimus alone. This valuation is staggering. Based solely on Optimus, these robots will scale production rapidly once manufactured in large quantities in smaller numbers. They appear more complex and costly compared to a Tesla EV, although Elon Musk did not mention the development progress of Optimus in detail. He also hinted at a more detailed plan for using these humanoid robots for his factory in just 2 years. Optimus has made incredible progress, and the number of tasks it can do is also increasing, most recently sorting for 680 batteries off the line and automatically fixing errors. Because of this impressive ability, Elon Musk shared at the stockholder meeting that there could be 1,000 or more Optimus robots working at the electric car manufacturer next year. But I think like next year, my prediction is next year we'll have over 1,000, maybe a few thousand, Optimus robots working at Tesla. We do not advocate the use of robots to eliminate humans, but there are truths that we sometimes have to accept. Maybe by 2030, Tesla's workforce will be reduced by 60% because of the presence of these robots, which work without needing to rest. Even if the battery runs out, it only takes about 5 minutes to charge, because the 2.3 kWh battery pack does not need too much time to be fully charged. It saves hundreds of thousands of dollars compared to Tesla having to pay a human worker each year. It is cheaper, more cost-effective, and works faster with extremely high precision. You know that. Humans can never surpass the precision of machines, especially Tesla will not be involved in lawsuits or complaints compared to human labor. Elon Musk is betting big on Tesla, not just in robotics, but also in artificial intelligence through robots. He claims that Optimus will increase Tesla's value to tens of trillions of dollars, a figure that EVs will take a long time to reach. Is this possible? No one can say for sure. But many experts in robotics and artificial intelligence are optimistic. NVIDIA's CEO, for example, also believes Tesla is on the right track. He emphasizes that Tesla's approach, especially in developing